Oops. Sup, creeps. I'm so happy to be back again here on Creepy Confidential After Dark. Today's After Dark live stream, as you can see next to me, is featuring a very familiar face, the queen of the ghoulies, the supreme of the screams.
Ooh.
I have a new one today, right?
I know.
Miss Joanna, welcome back to Creepy Confidential.
Yes.
We are now 2 for 2 with talking about our dreams. So I think this is a thing.
I'm so excited.
Because they are creepy.
Literally.
So we are doing this After Dark, though, this dream screen, a little bit differently, because we are diving into the dark side of our dreams, our nightmares, perhaps, what our brain is trying to tell us. This is the not so bubbly side of our brains. And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Now, the last time we combined our forces, we recorded the live full episode 40, of What Dreams May Come, which went ravishingly. Thank you so much for being a part of that. It was so much fun. We talked about the history of dreams, the mythology of dreams. Then we took our I would say the one that pops out in our head of a recurring dream. Yes. And then we told that dream and then tried to interpret it and dissect it. And don't worry, this is just an introduction, but I'm going to show you. I have the books. I have our books. We're ready for that. Now, however, with today, if you're tuning in, today's stream comes with a disclaimer before I even get into the thank yous and introductions. This one does feature graphic content. We're going to be talking about things that are scary. We're going to be talking about blood, maybe murder. So this is for an 18 and up, or if you just cannot handle those kind of things, we're going to be talking about it because this is just what our brains have produced for us. And we just want to make sure that anyone who's tuning in and listening, this is an 18 and up MA type of podcast.
Very much so. Not our fault, actually.
Yeah. Nope, because this is just what our brains do to us. So we're diving back into the dream interpretation. Personally, I've been doing some research on dream incubation. I know I was texting you while we were at work, and I was like listening to these people talk about, these scholars talk about dream incubation. And so I'm going to talk about that. And the creep cards have made a return.
I'm so excited. You gave those to Justin Jeff. And
yes. And I was like, oh yeah, they're coming back. For those who are listening and not watching, you can hear the cards. We're going to be talking about those later. So we're going to ask our queen of the screams here. Yes. We're going to spice it up a little bit, if that's a hint, with some of these questions. So stay tuned. Creeps, that's coming later. But before we get going here, some announcements and then some thank yous. Now, both of us have our names and what we do attached to a little thing called Ghouliecon. And we want to make sure. Now, Creepy Confidential is a partial sponsor. Joanna is the curator and creator of Ghouliecon. And I have this great little flyer. Awesome job on this.
Shout out to Lou Money. Lou Money. And then that is Father Jerome and Justin Jeff. We killed it.
Yes, this was wonderful. I loved it because you know me and my character creation. Oh, I love it. And it just inspired me to just go crazy for for this. Absolutely love it. So I'm excited. Now, can you tell everybody who's tuning in that hasn't heard me talk about it just a little bit about Ghouliecon?
Yeah, so it is a convention that the Scream team and I, we are putting together. We are feverishly working behind the scenes for real. For this con. It is a creator-based con, so everything that we do is really to bring the spotlight onto the horror content creators and the community itself. It is definitely a very large blend of like the haunt industry. If you can tell, Jester Jeff, which is Nick, and then Yerdy, Father Jerome, they are scare actors at the Darkness in St. Louis, and that is why I really wanted to have them, you know, work with Ghouliecon, because I personally love haunted houses, and I feel like there's
just a huge part of it. A huge part of the love of scary or everything. Yeah,
exactly. And they are just two very seasoned actors, and they are bringing so much creativity to the con itself, and it's just bridging the gap between the two worlds. And
love it.
That's what the con is. That's what Ghouliecon.
I am very, very stoked. Now, for those who are maybe fellow creators, podcasters, we have made sure I put this up. Ghouliecon is still looking for vendors, artists, and other content creators at this point. So I wanted to make sure that I've showed this and put this up. It has the dates for July 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
You will see, of course, Creepy Confidential at our table. Yeah. Very, very excited about that. I'll have the touch table, which I'll keep talking about, where you can be a part of the Don't Tape experiment. You can either try and feel whatever memories may be left on that, or try and place your memories onto the items. So that's going to be fun. And then also, of course, you can come talk about creepy stuff at our table. So love it. Now, a big part that I'm excited for is the Hexcellence Awards. Now, while I may not, I'm not known for being a horror content creator, on the backside, when I am not Noelle of Creepy Confidential, I create characters that are very horrific, that are usually for Halloween. And this particular one, you guys have met Madam Creep in a promo for the awards, but you did not see her face. You do not know what she looks like. And let's just say you guys are going to be absolutely floored. And I cannot wait for you guys to meet Madam Creep in real life.
It's going to be so good.
It's going to be so much fun. And then also, I want to thank the Creep Nation real quick for coming out for the library lectures. They are so much fun.
Let's do a round of applause for you. Let's not just skip over what you just did. I don't know what you think you're about to do, but we're not going to skip over the fact that you created your own paranormal tour, and you are teaching the masses of the paranormal. Yes. So everyone in the comments, I want everyone to round of applause, okay?
Thank you. It is so much fun, and I am so glad. I just realized I didn't have the comments up, so now I can see that we have some comments here. I absolutely had a blast doing it. So we do have Nick in the comments. We're still in the introduction. We're not even into it yet. And of course we have Ghost Dog, also aka Mr. Creep. He is here, and then he's such a supporter, and I am Professor Paranormal right now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. I am definitely. It's not going to be the last. That was just the sampler, just to get me started, because I got a taste. I got a little taste of what it's like to finally teach, and it was so much fun. So I have announcements, I believe are completed for now. But before we get going, I have to give everybody the Creepy Confidential welcome. So creeps, onto the show. Sup creeps, and welcome to Creepy Confidential. Is Mothman really a supernatural force predicting impending doom? Did Apollo 11 really land on the moon in 1969? Did you find out if that was a cult that was living just 2 doors down that you waved to every single day when you got your mail? If these are the things you ponder when you should be sleeping, then I would like to welcome you to Creepy Confidential. I'm your host, Noelle, your resident weirdo Wisconsinite.
I open case files on my favorite cryptids, cults, conspiracies, and other worldly creepy, with new cases, live broadcasts, and local lore. Some stories have been lost with time. Others are perhaps still happening today in your local communities, right up under your very creepy noses. So get ready, creeps. It's Creepy Confidential.
Welcome back, creeps.
I don't like it's creepy confidential.
Creepy
I love it.
confidential. Yeah.
I love it every single time. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, man.
I was probably one of I don't know why, but I just you don't think people have the same like love for it. And
Yeah.
when we went to St. Louis and we were sitting around the Toxic Icon table and we were doing like we were in the podcast and I said that and I was like creepy confidential and Nick and Yurdi went crazy.
They ate that up. Nick said
was like,
yes, ma'am.
They like this is great. I was like,
yes, creepy.
it was like the first time where I was like, oh,
because you said it was such. And if y'all don't, y'all need to watch that episode because Creep killed the episode. Like, did so good. But you said it was such like, you're like, and it's creepy, confidential.
I try, I will before we get rolling. I give Mr. Creep such a hard time for using his radio voice. I will call it out. He's probably in there saying this in his head, and then I catch myself doing it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it.
You're like, it's normal. Okay,
it just feels correct.
Yes, it feels accurate. It feels like what's supposed to happen. Yes.
So now, Ghoulies and my Creep Nation, you will notice we seem a little more comfortable again tonight, right? Mm-hmm. Now, because we're going to be covering the dark dreams, I made sure to wear my lemon PJs, and nice and bright, with my cool pink sweater.
It's so cute.
You do. I'm gonna have to figure because I know you like the same places I do when it comes to clothes. And of course, I have Vinny again, staring into everybody's soul as he does. So that is my plushie. And then, of course, my tea. Because this is bedtime.
This is water.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Water.
It's delicious. Oh, Ghost Dog says radio voice for life.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm getting better at it. I think I'm getting better at it. All right. So now we have everything, all the introductions out of the way. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get into this.
I'm ready to hear yours.
Yes.
I'm ready to hear yours.
I'm glad. Although I have a feeling when I say it, you're going to be like, wow, Noelle is really sad. like not like, oh, sad, like, oh, sad for her. Like she really is emotionally broken. She is broken.
Hashtag it's fine.
It's fine. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's totally it. Today's I had these are the dream. I think I had this dream a long time ago. So I haven't had any of these really awful dreams like this in a long time. So that's good. That's a good thing. Yes. However, it is so vivid and so filled with despair and emotion. I never forgot it. Yeah. And I think some dreams are like that.
Right.
Now, my dream may elicit emotions from people as they're listening to it, and that is okay. But like I talked about, there is a disclaimer because we're going to be talking about some pretty intense things. The fact that our brains can do something to us like this, both of us, because even just kind of what you've hinted at, I'm excited to hear yours. Like dreams, and then you are locked in a cell as you sleep, and you are stuck there. That is what's creepy, because I guarantee it, people are like, this isn't creepy, this is dreams. And I was like, oh, they match. Because they're horror movies you cannot get out of sometimes, night terrors, nightmares in general. And I dwelled on this dream for a long time because it was just, you woke up feeling so like it's just heavy. I don't know how else to describe it.
I know what you mean.
Now when we have our dreams now, do you want to tell your dream first? Do you want me to go first? How should we do this?
So mine, I can tell mine first, and then you can, because I think you told yours first last time.
Yeah, perfect. That's what I was thinking, but I was letting you choose.
That's fine. So, okay. This is, I just had this last night. I've never had this dream. I've never, so when I dream, sometimes I go to a lot of different places. As if the previous episode, I talked about the 3 rooms. There's every time I dream, it's always multiple rooms when it's like a very just intense or I remember the dream very well. So it starts off now, rest in peace. My mama, she passed away back in let me look at her obituary card. 2015. I love you, Mom.
But that's that makes, you know.
So, you know, she passed away a while ago. Now, I'm not, you know, it's not been like we don't know what happened, something like that.
Sure.
Lung cancer, we already know. So the start of the dream, we were in like a courtroom. It's now funny, but it's just so weird. We were in like a courtroom, and if you've seen Harry Potter, and when they're in like the Ministry of Magic and they're like in court or whatnot, like that circular.
Yeah. Or it's almost like the medical audiences, like it used to. Yeah.
So I was there. Now these dreams also like had a lot of people. I don't know any of these people. I don't know, but it was crowded in like every single one of these places. So I don't know who they were. But only thing that you heard is somebody coming down and said she's gonna die in her sleep or she got killed in her dreams. Wow. Nobody said it was my mom. Nobody said it, but I knew that that's who they was talking about. And then a split image of, now I don't know, have you seen Evil Dead?
Oh yeah, with Bruce. That Evil Dead? Bruce Campbell?
I think yeah. With Asher and all of them, they had plenty remakes and everything.
I've seen the originals, not the new ones.
2013 Evil Dead. Chef's freaking kiss. I love that one. But so in a lot of them, like they have, you know how people are just like contorted?
Yeah.
It wasn't like my mom that was contorted, but it was somebody. I don't know who it was. But like it was a split image and the person was just contorted on the side. And then I went to the other dream. However you
It's like you just like hopped on a tram and went to a new one.
Literally.
Like you didn't like wake up, fall back asleep, wake up, fall back asleep.
Right.
Okay.
So this one, I was in a house. I don't know whose house I was in at all. Somebody was there with me. I don't know who it was, but the house was completely pitch black. And I was like, hey, girl, I got to go upstairs and go to the bathroom. She was just on her phone. I don't know who she was, but she was rude. I was like,
so it's modern day, kind of.
Because it was like, all you saw was the glow. Like if somebody was on the wall just doing this. Like you saw the glow in her face of the cell phone, but you did not see her features at all. So I went upstairs. Weird. There was bathrooms upon bathrooms upon bathrooms upon bathrooms. So we're in multiple rooms again. I don't know why I always just don't have one singular like area that I go to, but girl, I don't know.
Options.
Maybe I just like options.
You just like options.
Then I chose a bathroom, did my business, whatever. And then I walked out of the bathroom and I was in a diner. I was in a diner. When I tell you this is the weirdest dream I've ever had by far. So I'm in this diner. When I tell you it was crowded, it was so crowded. I don't know who these people were, but this is when, trigger warning, murder happens. So there was like a serial killer on the loose. There was somebody on the loose, and there was like a bunch of like FBI agents, CIA agents. I knew they weren't cops, but they were somebody that was supposed to be there to protect us. Okay. So I'm like, cool. And what I remember is, so this is so like oddly specific, but when, you know how some of the places used to have the counter that just goes like down? Like it's, if you were trying
like on the end, like waitresses would go in and out of it?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
I was like, I'm trying to figure out how to like do that. And so next thing I know, like one of the CIA people like put it down. Just like took it down, and everything was just kind of feeling a little weird at that point. I was never scared. throughout this whole entire thing, I was always just like, it was like, what are you doing? I was just confused the whole time. And I remember being in the back of this man. I saw hair coming out. Like it looked like he had a mask on. And I saw hair coming out. So I was like, oh, that's the killer.
You knew. You're like,
I did. Why did I try to take his mask off?
oh,
Girl,
yeah.
I
You've
was
seen
stupid.
enough movies.
I know. I was like, what am I doing?
But
And
you're in Dreamscape. So, yep.
pull up the mask. I tried doing Michael, trying to unmask him. And then it was a split second. And then we're all, the people that weren't like the CIA agents and stuff, were all on the walls. We're all like on the edge of the walls. And we were getting shot point blank in the head. From.
What?
Now, Mike, why would you say that?
He knows.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Maybe that's why I wasn't scared. Because there was no flames. So I was like, hey,
you're like, I'm good.
like, okay.
So you got shot in the head.
I did.
And you were dead. You were deceased, or you were still alive?
So this is the last part of the dream. I know I literally went to like 7 different places. I don't know why. So
Wow.
shot point blank. I was never scared though. Like the bullet or like the gun was right on my forehead, and I was just like,
you're like, well, I know where I'm going.
Shot me in the head. I woke up in a party in a Coyote Ugly neon sign house. It was another house.
What? Okay.
Girl, when I tell you, I was so confused.
I didn't see that coming.
Either did I.
You're like, I was living it.
But the thing is, I was so conscious throughout all of these transitions. So that's why I remember it so vividly. Like, I was not asleep at all.
Yeah.
And I woke up, Coyote Ugly, neon signs, they were hooting and hollering. People were just having a time.
Wow.
And what freaked me out the most, the only thing that really freaked me out was I saw somebody, I don't know who this gentleman was, but he stole my phone. And when I mean it was my phone, like case and all, I knew that was my phone in my dream. And I was like, can I have my phone back? He was giving me a drink. And he was like, you can't have it back. I said, And then I woke up.
Okay. And then you're up.
I do have my phone.
Wow. So there's some parts of the dream that once we get to dissecting our dreams, I think maybe we'll like do our dreams, we'll talk about the cards, and then we'll dissect it at the end.
Okay.
I think there's certain parts that really pop out because I was reading and the thing was like, it's not necessarily the dream, it's the things that pop out that are that make you those are the things that you should be dissecting. And I was like, okay, yeah, wow, that's a weird one.
It was.
Could you, not to be too like I'm not, but
girl.
I'm asked, this is a MA one, right?
Exactly.
When
So
you were
good.
shot in the head, did you like you were boom, pulled the trigger, and you never saw like the brains or anything?
I felt the warmth of the blood just
And
on
then
my
that
head.
was it, like dribbling down. Okay.
And I saw like when I like and the CIA agents, and I don't know why I keep saying CIA agents, but they weren't cops, but they were not normal people.
Because they look very different.
Exactly. And it felt, because as we were all on the wall, still don't know who any of these people were. You know, we were just in there together. We was in the trenches together, apparently. I was like, can you help us? We were like, can y'all please help us? Like, the killer is right there. And when I tell you, it was just like, they were just standing there looking at us, getting pop, 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 one by one.
Yeah, like,
I was like,
okay, add it to the list.
Thanks, buddy. But I was never scared. I was like, okay. I guess party heaven. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a journey. You were on a journey to go a whole lot of places.
I was so tired when I woke up. I was like, because I woke up before my alarm, and whenever I do that, I tend to try not to look around, because I don't know if I'm still in there or not. So I just like literally lay on my bed and I just find my cat and just like try to start to pet the cat and be like, okay,
so she's your anchor, like.
I never thought of it like that. Because I do every time. I'm just like, oh no, okay.
Yeah,
I'm in
because when these dreams happened, these bad ones, Davidson was my anchor. He's this big, because he was always above my head. He always slept right above my head. You can ask anybody that is around me. Yeah. Big, chunky, orange cat right here on my head, like on my pillow. I had my pillow and then his pillow above it. And that was like, he was always with me. When he, even the day that I woke up in the wee early hours of the morning, and it was his, something was wrong. That was the day that awful things happened. Right. He was still up with his arm on my shoulder, like letting me know. So I think animals are our little anchors.
That's a good.
So maybe she's yours.
I just regulate myself. Not probably the FD.
Okay, so now we have yours. Yours has a lot going on. That's like a potpourri of dream things, if you will.
It was insane. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I will try and paint mine the best that I can. And like I said, you guys are going to be like, I hope she's on mental health medication, and yes, I am.
No, that's accurate. Yes.
Before I start, so this Mr. Creep, I just wake up kicking and swinging.
Oh,
yeah. If you don't like, hey, hey,
okay.
And you better like a stick, hey.
Oh, that's how certain other people wake up, and you have to not.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So for my dream, the entire dream was in black and white, except for one specific part, which I will explain, but not like Sin City, or even like a black and white photo, but one that looked more like it had been sketched from charcoal.
Okay.
So everything had that kind of charcoal-y sketching to it.
Yeah.
And from the moment the dream began, I was upset. Like inconsolably upset.
Oh no.
Like crying the whole 9 yards. And imagine being lost for so long, your concern that the brain is just overcome with emotion when you're not, like, you're never going to find your way out. That's what was going through. And I was traveling across this city of some kind.
Okay.
And at one point I'm walking, and then the next point I'm taking a bus, and then I'm on a tram of some kind, like an above ground, like think Chicago, like L train.
Right.
It's not a subway. And every time I would try and ask somebody for help, it was as if they didn't even see me.
Oh.
But I didn't pass through them. It wasn't like I was a ghost.
Right.
It was just as if,
they didn't.
I was not there. I was not there. Yep. Every time that I would get off of a bus, I would, like, you would hear the psh, like when the little airlocks come on.
Yeah.
And I would step off, and as the bus drives away, I have no idea where I am, and I can tell I'm on a street corner because I see the street signs.
Right.
But I try and like turn around and hail the bus, and you hear it take off. I can't read the street corner, but it feels familiar to me.
Right.
In the dream.
Okay.
And it starts to rain. And like not just sprinkle, like torrential downpour rain.
Okay.
And I remember I felt so helpless as the dream progressed, and I kept screaming at the sky for help, like as if God might hear my cries. Like that's how desperate. And another bus picks me up and drops me off in this busy city. And I've never been to New York, but it reminds me of what you see, like the way the street and the tall, like the buildings, that sort of thing.
It's very city-esque.
Yeah, like big city-esque. Yeah. And I'm soaking wet, and it continues to pour. And I remember I saw a newspaper stand, but not like the one where a person's selling it. Do you remember the ones you used to have to put coins in, and the front would pop open? And you would reach in and get a newspaper, but people would just take a whole bunch of newspapers and put them on the top. I remember seeing the front and like reading the front of it, but I don't I don't remember, I can't read what the newspaper says.
Yeah.
But it was like I should have known. Like it was a big moment.
Right. Oh.
And it's at that moment I realize I have like an epiphany within the dream that I'm dreaming. I know that I am dreaming.
Yeah.
And all the sobbing and emotion, might be happening in real time. Like I'm able to wonder if I'm crying in real life as I'm trapped inside of this dream. And I'm able to think this almost like a lucid dream, but I'm not able to control it. It's such a weird feeling, almost like out of body experience. And I start closing my eyes and telling myself, like, wake up, like trying to like slap myself out of it. Don't you hate that? Like, that you're in a dream and you feel so awful that you're like, just wake up.
Right. Like,
and I open my eyes in my dream and I notice that I am bleeding profusely from both of my arms. Like all the way from crook of my arm down my arms.
Oh my God.
Just profusely bleeding. And that's the first time that I see color. I know it is bright red. And it's diluted because like when it's, when water and blood combine.
Right.
And I just, all I can see is these like stark areas of like crimson across my arms, and then I realized it's across my chest. So it was like I was holding myself like this, and I notice, and I start yelling again, like, wake up,
right, come on.
And I'm still in my dream and I'm still aware, and then my eyes pop open.
Oh my
and my heart is racing. I am certain that I had been yelling in my dream. Like, how you feel like you're like froggy, like you've been at a concert.
Right.
And that I was thrashing, but I'll never know because I didn't have a camera on me. It was as if my brain had been hijacked into emotional torture.
Right.
And I knew that's where I was trapped.
Oh my gosh. That feels so heavy.
Like I said, there's a lot going on.
That is.
And in my dream, I could feel like the cold clothes like sticking to me.
Yeah.
And I could feel the heavy rain, the sounds of the bus, the rain falling, no thunder, no lightning. And I could smell the exhaust, and I could smell the mineral smell of blood.
I would say, did you feel anything with the blood?
But there was no pain. So it wasn't like I had injured myself.
Right. Well, that's good. But still, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was absolutely bananas. So I guess that one is a wild one. It's a wild one. So we have an interesting comment.
Okay.
The concept of Wernickel's area, I did not know about this. He's just now saying it. The part of the brain responsible for language interpretation to explain why one might struggle to read in a dream, since the area is less active during sleep.
So a Netflix Evil, it's called Evil, but
Mike's
it's a and she did a sleep paralysis, and she was like having a sleep paralysis problem, whatnot. But in one of the attacks, she looked up to see if she could read something on the ceiling, and she couldn't. And she said, "I'm dreaming. You're not real." And that's how she woke up. That just reminded me of
what
that.
he was telling me about that one, and I was like, "That is so interesting. How oftentimes you can't read things in dreams, and it totally makes sense. There's like a scientific reason." So
that's that. Oh, see, dreams are y'all are literally sleeping on dreams. They're so interesting.
They're so interesting, and I think this dream happened during the same tumultuous time in my life as the previous dream happened. So I think there was a lot. My brain was like maxed out on what it could handle. So and because I didn't give up, that's how it was, trying to right the ship.
Listen, we're gonna give up somehow.
We got to work this out somewhere.
Also, this is very dark humor, so I'm so sorry. We're MA approved or MA maturity warning.
Yep, tonight was a warning. I gave it to everybody.
Do you have coffee in there? Because that looks so good.
No, it's tea. It's tea. Sorry. And even if I had coffee, I would tell you that it's something else because I don't feel it right to trouble you anymore. So, but it is tea. It is.
I can't have tea either. It's okay. Matcha sounds delicious, right? Okay. All right. All right.
It's chamomile. It's fine.
Oh, sleepy tea.
Yeah, because it's chamomile. It's good for you. Get your brains going. So, shall we proceed to?
I was so jealous.
The creep cards.
I was so jealous of the cards last time. So.
All right. So I'm going to set these up here, and we'll go one at a time here. So first question, and we'll both answer these.
Okay.
Is do you dream often, and how often do you dream? What's the quantity?
I think I dream a lot. Now, do I remember a lot? I used to remember a lot more. Not in this place, but the place I was at before, I used to dream not nice dreams. I used to have nightmares a lot there. So I remembered a lot more. Here, I have not had a lot of dreams. Like, it's been very slow.
Not to be, and I won't put your laundry out there, but I've heard the difference between the previous house and this house. Sounds like there was a lot going on in different spaces within your existence. And that, I mean, it could just be that your brain's like breath.
Probably. You can sleep.
You can just sleep for a second.
I got murdered last night in my sleep. But that's
but there was a lot going on.
That's a once in a lifetime murder. It's okay.
Yeah. I just popped into my head. I'm not sure. Are you familiar with Kim Dracula, the musician?
No, but I need to.
It's like alt jazz metal. It's very strange. But the videos are reminding me of your dream, where 1 minute there's like a chick dancing in a dress, and then really it's a dude dancing in a dress, and then the next minute he has a M16, and the next minute like all over the place. Wow. So your dream is a Kim Dracula music video.
Maybe
put it to use.
Maybe I'll Google her. Just maybe that's what happened.
Oh, this one we'll come back to. So this one, because I was describing the descriptions of it. I should answer this dream often. I used to dream same thing when my life was way more stressful and tumultuous. I dreamt often, and I was on mental health medication then too, but there was a period of time where I wasn't. And now I'm on it consistently, and I rarely dream. I dreamt for a while just after Dee died.
Yeah.
And he was there. And then I feel once he knew I was okay, he was like, I gotta go. And now
goodbye.
Yeah. I got chili mac to eat. We'll see you guys later.
Oh God, that sounds so good. Some chili mac. Oh.
He loved it. So are your dreams typically in color, black and white? And with two-part question, are they cartoon, real-time action? Like what's the texture, color and texture of your dreams?
Color, I don't think I've ever dreamt in black and white. I don't think I ever have, to be honest. Except, okay, this is so random. And it was when I was a kid, like a child. I love my mama, but she bought this very weird and strange and haunted painting. It was a little girl, and she was in a bonnet.
Was not expecting that. Okay.
We were in Covington. It was all the kids was living together. It was all my brothers. Nobody moved out yet.
Yeah. And you were like, F that painting.
This little girl, she tried to chase me one time in my dreams. She was black and white. I wasn't, but she was. Her name, I don't think like the name Rebecca comes to mind. She's never like the name wasn't on the painting or anything, but that was Rebecca. I just named her.
The name that you gave her.
And I was like, why did you buy this? I told my mom, can you throw this away? It's
haunted home decor.
Maybe that's why I'm weird now. I done got possessed by Rebecca. I don't know.
Yeah. And see, my dad, I had clowns and paper mache. I know, I'm sorry. You don't even like the C word, but
I don't.
I had so many paper mache clowns or paper mache marionettes that he would bring back from other countries. I have a really cool one from like the Philippines. And
not the marionettes. Oh my God.
I don't know. When I remember when he first brought it home, I was terrified because I had just seen Chucky, and then after I was fine with it, even though I'm not fine with it. Now I think they're really cool, but yeah, weirdness. And see, for mine, they are all of the above. Sometimes they're like action movie clear, like 4K ultra Blu-ray, and then sometimes I've dreamt in comic strip before.
That's
every single
like that would be so cool.
Had like a word bubble and everything.
That's some creative stuff.
For
you
being like
creative in your sleep.
I have creative in me. I just am like, I'm just now starting to think I get like let it out. But yeah, I remember dreaming in black and white, and then I remember dreaming in comic strip. That was a weird one. I have another. I don't want to give that dream away because we might talk about that.
I have another one. As we were talking about that one, that when we talked about Rebecca, it was a different dream, but that's gonna have to be on the third one because that one is correct.
Yeah, because I already had another one pop in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a third installment. It'll be like a weird and wacky world of dreams.
It wasn't even scary. It was just weird.
Just weird. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one, I was curious if you what your texture and colors were. Now, I briefly mentioned dream incubation, and I think last time and then this time. Have you attempted it since our last discussion?
I'm a little nervous. I would want to have somebody here with me in case I cannot like wake up, or like in case
you like incubate the wrong thing. Yes,
because that's my thing, is because I don't know what I'm gonna attract.
Yeah, well, because there's a couple, people either, for instance, they incubate a dream so that they can see a loved one in their dream.
Yeah.
Or they incubate the dream so that they can, remember they would get spells or medicine prescriptions given to them. And so I think, you don't really know. I think asking for a deceased is like you never bring back the dead.
Mm-mm.
In any instance, any movie.
I have never asked my mom to come in my dreams at all. And she just
will not be her.
Mm-mm. And I still don't even if she's in there, I don't necessarily ever talk to her.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's up?
Right. You just stay over there. So Home Depot depologist, poltergeist. Oh, home depoltergeist. Okay. My brain couldn't say that word for a second. They put depot in there, but yes, home, and then haunted home decor.
Yes, she did.
That is a thing on the internet for those who aren't searching for things, because I look for all kinds of things. They put a high price tag on haunted items, cursed items, and I think it's literally just someone smearing wax on the outside saying it's haunted, but. And then you don't know what you're getting. For dream incubation, do you think that is a learned skill, or do you think you are either born with the ability to do it or not?
I think born, because I think that
I agree.
You are drawn to, just like if you're drawn to the spiritual world or drawn to the creepy world, you have something in you that already is wanting to explore it more.
Able to do that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's like being a medium. I think you're, because I've said it many times as a hot take, there are not nearly as many mediums as people say they are.
There's no way.
There's no way. And I think something happened to them, like they were almost dead and hypoxic, and it messed, and then they had a near death or whatever, or they're
I saw the light.
No. Yeah. Which, if that's the case, if they saw the light, maybe they're kind of quasi reborn into life. So, that one's.
I love the theories that we just bring up when we do these cards.
It's discussion. That's what we're here for. Now, this one, because you mentioned gunshots. That was the only teaser you gave me. And have you ever truly died in a dream? Like you knew XYZ happened, you were dead, and then you woke up.
I've always been on the brink. I've never fully died. I have always been 2 seconds away.
Yeah.
So this was the first time that I actually I've never been shot. This was the first time I got shot.
I'm glad.
First time I got shot in the head. So it was a little weird. you know, I still wasn't scared. That's the thing. I was never scared of it. I was just like, I felt like I was getting reborn in a way, to be honest. I felt like it was my time, and like
you're like, you're done. Come back. Go to the next. Go to the next life.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe in reincarnation? Not on the cards.
I do.
Okay, I was just curious.
I do with that. I just don't want to be reincarnated to a plant. Like,
if it is in my house, you will live, girl. You are going to live.
That's why I have to know who I'm going to first before, because if not.
But you might go to somebody who hasn't watered their plants in 4 years, and they're just
exactly,
you know.
And then I don't. But then reincarnation always, because it's like, okay, obviously I'm not going to remember anything from this life. Freaks me out. Freaks me out. You don't know that. Mm-hmm. Like, if I get reincarnated into somebody from like Philadelphia, am I going to be like, dang, I wonder what Kentucky is like? Maybe I want to go to Kentucky. That stuff is so interesting to me too.
And I think from my religion's standpoint, I don't believe in it, because I think when you're gone, you're gone. And however, there are instances where it kind of makes you go scratch your head a little bit. Like, for instance, when I was a little kid and I said I was 99 and I was 3.5, 4 years old, I didn't even know the number 99. Something like that. Or always dreaming of these Edwardian style houses. And I'm drawn to,
right.
It's just crazy. It's so weird. So I, like, in my mind, I'm like, I think, no, I'm gone. That's total sidebar, but that question made me think of it.
This is why we are creeps together, because we think shit.
We knew, disclaimer to anybody who's listening after or during, we knew if there were 0 watchers or 1,000 watchers, we're still going to have this conversation.
Literally.
You are basically listening to and watching our live chat.
Literally.
on this one, because we're covering a lot of weird, creepy things, and I love it. Having to do with the death conversation. Now, I have died in my dream. Once I had multiple gunshots to my chest, and I don't. I mean, like, I remember feeling the sting, and I remember falling back, but I wasn't me. Like, I wasn't me.
Right.
I was somebody else in the dream, and I remember falling back and feeling the sting. And as soon as I think I died in my dream, I like flew awake. Like, I was wondering if I like was dying in my dream, and that was my way of waking up. So that's a little nuts. And then I remember so when I was probably in my early 20s, I was in a dumbass and got into a car with a drunk driver, and I was in the back seat, also drunk, and they flipped a Blazer down the mountainside, and I was in the back seat, not buckled. And the only thing that stopped us probably from dying was a tree. And it, like, upside down, like I fell like this. And all of the things that I remember about that stay with me. And then it happened in a dream, but I was laying in the back seat. So a while later, I was laying in the back seat, and I could hear voices, almost like, like you're trying to take a nap in the back seat. Like maybe you used to sit in the back seat when like your parents would drive or something.
Right.
Looking up at the ceiling, and I could feel the car sway. And then all of a sudden it flew, like it shimmied, and it went off the edge, and I free floated. You could feel the car falling, and you could feel like this towards the top,
like G-gravity just,
and it was falling. And then we must have hit the basin, and I woke up. So those were the only 2 times that popped into my head. And I remember. Oh my gosh, my brother's in here. He says it wasn't the pink Blazer, was it? No, it wasn't. It was white. Oh, by the way, because he's watching. So he helped me write this. He makes really cool pens.
I need a pen. I need a pen right now, Jim.
This is wood, and it has this cool black metal. I have another one I love baby, pens. This pen, I love pen. It's amazing.
Pen, give me your pen. Jim, give me your website so I can get some pens.
He's just I know, and he just did the wow face. He's like this, like works his day job, family man, but he has a crafting heart because he makes amazing things. Totally random.
That's what this is for.
Right?
Okay.
Well, I told him I was going to use it for because I like a good pen.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to save this one for last. And then, do you ever see yourself as a child or an old person, or are you always the same age?
I've never seen myself as an old person. But a child, sometimes.
Sometimes.
But I don't ever the thing is, I rarely ever see myself in a dream. Like yesterday.
But you know it's you.
Yesterday was the first time that I was like, okay, I see myself getting shot. Usually I just never see myself at all in dreams.
Even floating above.
I never. I always but I always know it's me because I feel so alive in the dreams. I know exactly what's going on. I could feel myself going from one place to another because I wake up and physically I'm exhausted. Like I was so tired this morning, and that's how I knew. I was like, wow, I done went to some different realms last night. I did.
That's wild. And I've never seen myself as a child. And I've never seen myself elderly. But I have seen myself, because there's always a camera above me in a lot of dreams. Like the one I just described, there was an out of body camera, showing me, this is you. This is really what's happening.
This is what's happening. Okay.
Yeah. You're in the deep doo-doo right now. Yeah. I was curious because or do people dream of being older or younger or what have you? Now I mentioned medication now because I think my medication dumbs down the dreams because I take, it takes stuff for my mental health issues. And I find that I barely dream. It's rare that I dream. Do you think that there's a chance that it dumbs it down, or even do you think there's a chance that it modifies the dreams and gives you fake readout?
So I don't think it dumbs it down at all. I don't know if you've heard the theory of the when you take too much Benadryl, you dream of a black man hat, like a man in a black hat.
I have.
I've had.
It's like a medication urban legend.
This is why I love it, because I feel if you're not in the creeps, you're not going to know.
Yeah. Welcome to the Creep Nation, babes.
Medication for. If anything, I think it opens you up a little more, to be honest.
Oh.
To kind of experience something wherever we go in our dreams, because we definitely do not stay here.
So not necessarily like a psychotropic or something. You think it just
brings your boundaries down a little bit. Yeah.
Interesting. I forgot about the Benadryl.
I've had allergic reactions for years. I was allergic to wheat when I was a teenager, and I had hives everywhere. So I took Benadryl a lot, and then sometimes when I just want to go to sleep. Yeah.
I use it. Yeah. I take my Tylenol PM like a 99-year-old woman.
Literally get some water, go to bed,
yeah, night.
And I've never dreamt of that. I've never dreamt of him or anything like that. But other people have. I'm I don't know. I just dream about getting shot, so I don't know.
Now, I think if I take my medicine and I don't go to sleep, it's like how Ambien used to do that to people. It did it to me. Yeah. Then I start my brain starts freaking out.
You just start seeing
there's ghosts in the hallway, and I need to just go night.
Go to bed. Thank you.
Yeah, go bed. All right, the last card.
I'm excited.
Have you ever had a spicy /NC-17 dream? We do not need gross detail, but have you? I have too. I'm there. Yep.
Are grown women.
Yep. I think grown men as well. This is not sexist. You know, I think that everybody is capable of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I had to ask. Now, we're going to get a little technical.
Okay.
If so, did any physical reactions of any kind happening mirror like if you die in your dream, you wake up and your heart's pounding?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any sort of
absolutely
physical interaction reactions that it woke you up?
Absolutely, and then disappointment when I woke up.
That you're like you were dreaming. I feel that. Like this okay, everybody. It's okay.
We're grown. I'm in my 30s.
Yep.
We are grown.
No, Jim. He's like, ew. Yeah. He's known me a very long time. Yeah. Back when I still had a unibrow and bless his heart.
Oh God. I mean,
now, if that's the case, do you have is it you, like in a dream like that? Is it you, or is it like an avatar that is not you? Like you don't think it's you?
Girl, it's me.
You know. Oh my gosh. We found this is the name of the person who's in our dreams. Benadryl. Oh, God love him. He's so good. So quippy. I would not have thought of that.
Oh God. I
told you I was going to ask a spicy question, and I had to ask that.
That's fine.
So now I think, because dreams, of course, allow us to go places, do things that we wouldn't have done. Yes. Now, personally, because that's okay. I asked you an oversharing question. Okay. That's okay. Now, I have had a dream where it was like, it was not me, but it was a woman, and it was another woman. You know, and I'm happily married. That is it. So that was one where you wake up and you're really questioning, like, what's the interpretation here?
Right. You're questioning your own life. You're like,
all of it. Yeah. You're like, what just happened here?
You're like, am I okay?
Yeah. Am I? What? Now, granted, I did grow up around all boys, and we all did worked on cars, went to sassy clubs, if you get my drift. So there's that.
I need to call them.
Although they didn't all go. Like, some of them were very, very. They're good people. Yeah. Not me. I went all the time. I went with them all the time.
Every chance.
Yeah. I'm like, it's probably why my dreams are all over the place.
And that's fine. Hashtag.
Yeah, that's fine. So like I said, save the spicy card for last.
I love that.
I had to throw in a little humor. We're all adults here. This is a 18 and above tonight. So let's try and break down some of these things we saw.
Oh goodness.
In our dreams. Okay. Now I have mine dog-eared. So we might as well start there.
Yeah, just
I think the first one that popped out in my dream was blood.
Oh yeah.
Like, like why?
That was the only like color that you saw?
Oh my gosh. Before we go on, though, here's another one. This is what his spicy dreams are about.
But are they on somebody?
To read my mind, I was like, but are tacos representative of something? And is hot chicken representative of something?
Right. We can interpret it for you if you want.
Your brain is giving you options. That's what's happening.
Okay. Equal opportunists.
Opportunity. Now I want like tacos. El Asadero tacos.
Wingstop. That's what I want. Wingstop is like 2 seconds away from my house, and I'm like, this is not good. Okay.
So the first book I'm grabbing is the Dream Book. This one is really good about symbols. I like this one because it doesn't have like huge descriptions. It gives just kind of little pieces if you need it. So this one talks about blood within dreams being a life force or energy. And if you are bleeding, you are losing energy and someone is taking your energy.
Oh, and that happened. Yeah. Okay.
That
okay.
one.
Okay.
And or you are draining yourself through worry, fear, or lack of balance. Wow. Well, that hit that on the head for me. I don't know about you,
Oh.
but you didn't see your blood. You just felt
I
it.
just felt
right?
it. Yeah. I just knew it was.
Mine was super bright. And I think I have that one marked in another one too. Yeah. An important symbol, not only of life itself, but also of the soul, of physical strength and rejuvenation. Whether you were cut or seriously injured, dream in which you are losing blood or suffer a hemorrhage may therefore refer to loss of moral or physical strength.
Oh.
That fit.
Oh.
That fit.
Oh.
Yep. They may simply indicate a need for more emotional nourishment. Wow. And at the time that happened,
You needed it.
Yeah.
Also, Nala, Nala is quite literally penetrating my soul right now. And I do not know why she's staring at me like this. You can have your ass down.
She's like, no. Get.
I can't. At the door. Oh my God. This is the only thing. Oh, okay.
She's like, hey, I'm here for you. Your anchor's here. You're okay. And then I remember, because I read in dreams, it wasn't necessarily about the entire dream. It was about what stuck out.
Right,
and the fact that it was bright red, everything else was black and white. I thought that was like the thing to go with. And then in waking life, red is associated with fire, heat, blood, and passion. In dreams, these hot themes are often mirrored, and the interpretation is typically connected with passion, energy, or vitality. So again, draining out, losing vitality.
That just makes so much sense, though, for sure. Especially with where you were at.
Red is also associated with anger and rage towards something or someone. Yeah.
Yeah, that was happening.
That was all happening. Again, previous people though, it's
this is all
that's just wild. What else do I have marked here? Then we got to find yours because I don't know what yours. I don't remember what yours was. Oh, and the rain. My dog-eared rain. If you are caught in the rain or shower or storm in the dream, the key is to the interpretation will be your reaction. Did you feel miserable or elated? If the former, it is possible that an outpouring of emotion, your own or that of someone you know, is raining down on you in real life. We're getting to that. We're getting to the bottom of that one because that totally. They talk about hail. Now, hail wasn't in my dream, but they break down like the type. Hail. They talk about floods. So if you see all those things, that's crazy. I think that's all, because that's really all that it. I tried to look up, like the buses and city, but that really wasn't what stuck out. It was the crazy emotion, the rain. Yeah. Oh, and that one just to show everybody here. The dictionary from A to Z. Another great one. I don't think I marked anything in this one. Because you like dreams,
I do.
This one is wild. 10,000 Dreams Interpreted, an illustrated guide. And then there's the author. This one's awesome. There's all kinds of things in here. But it's almost written like Shakespeare when you read out some of these descriptions. You're like, what? But it's very technical. So let's try and figure out what was going on in yours, right? So you had I don't know if getting shot, like gunfire.
I mean, that was probably like what really stood out was, I don't know. It was the transitions of where like I was at. Like
what it was doing. Like the dream as a whole, not as the pieces, right?
Because like when they were whoever was running down the stairs talking about she got killed in her dreams, and then it was ending with basically me getting killed in my dreams. I don't know who that was. I don't know. And then it was just like I went to like just a pitch black dark house with a bunch of different rooms, and then you go to the dining, and it was very much like a normal diner. Nothing was like really crazy with it. It wasn't like super 1950 diner, but it was just like a modern, like a Denny's. It wasn't anything too
normal.
crazy. Yeah. And
Yep.
then you go after you get shot.
Yeah. It is true though. There is a lot of nightmares. Another comment came in for the people who are listening. A lot of nightmares involve flooding, tidal waves. Yeah. That's crazy. Now I did find something in here though. So I looked under guns and it took me to shoot.
Okay.
And it says shot. To dream that you are shot and are feeling the sensation of dying. You could feel the sensation.
Yeah.
Denotes that you are to meet unexpected abuse from the ill feeling of friends. Yeah, I see you. You got some friends you need to fire. Literally.
I've had enough of that.
But if you escape death, you will be fully reconciled with them later on.
See, and I don't know if the interpretation of me like going to Coyote Heaven, Coyote Ugly Neon Bar Heaven. I don't know.
Coyote Heaven.
It was like I knew I was in a Coyote Ugly Bar.
Yeah.
First off,
did you ever get to dance on the bar in your dream?
No, and I felt like I should have. Like when the dude
missed
had
an opportunity.
If I'm gonna sit here and be in Coyote Heaven, I should have had my little dream. But it was because the dude didn't give me my phone. Me and the dude was about to fight.
Did you hear the sound of the gun or see the gun?
I heard everything. I heard it all.
Hearing the sound of a gun denotes loss of employment and bad management to proprietors of establishments.
Oh.
It's all in the same section, so I figured I might as well talk about it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, if you are shot, you will be annoyed by evil persons and perhaps suffer an acute illness.
My gosh.
My specific.
My goodness. We're gonna hopefully that's not,
You need to go get your blood and urine checked.
Jesus.
Okay. What else was in there? And this bar. I don't even know what I would look for.
Yes. It was definitely a bar, and it was just, I don't know who I was with. But I just know that I was traveling with a group of people. And it was like the same group of people that got shot, we all went to the bar. I know that.
That is, see, and that's not in here. Bar, tavern. It's definitely not a tavern.
Nah, we was twerking laden. Because it was pretty happy.
Side note while I'm looking, have you ever had a chance to go to a bar like that and do that?
Oh my gosh, no. The Banks maybe has one now that you could do that at, but
there's pictures of me in the internet where I'm doing that.
Why haven't they been posted? We're ready. We're ready to see what's on the bar.
I'm pretty sure I'm in a black and white leopard skirt and I'm dancing on the bar.
Go ahead, girl. You better.
There's like not my bra because bras are expensive, but like the bras are hanging behind. It was in Seattle somewhere. Diner. Ooh, I bet you that's in here. Diner.
We were definitely in the diner.
Book. Yeah. Let's see this part. We're just trying to find something. That's dinner. But not a diner? A diner's gotta be in there. Yeah, dinner, diner, whatever. You can imagine if you're just eating dinner all the time in your dream. I mean, that's not a nightmare.
I would be like, do I need to get my weight under control? I'm confused. Yeah. And we didn't even get to eat.
Their dreams telling us we're chunky.
I was like,
that's rude.
Not that serious. Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Well, we're gonna have to pick out something else. What else is in your dream? There's no way.
The pitch black house with multiple different bathrooms, and it was specific that it was multiple different bathrooms upstairs. There was no other rooms, and whoever didn't even try to see if I was okay because I was scared going up there because I was like, I could feel that I didn't know what was happening, but I was like, something is about to go down, girl. Something's about to go down. And I told the girl, and she was just on her phone. She was just like, I don't care. Thought she was my friend.
Yeah, see? Change of friends. Said you were going to. They talked about it.
Actually.
Actually.
Maybe that was a symbol of a friend. I don't know.
It could be. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Darkness can mean that your situation is unclear or confused. It could also suggest being in an unknown or difficult territory. This sounds like a particular individual that may be circling in your life. Don't worry, I'm not going to out anybody. Or it may represent a secret part of yourself.
Oh,
You do not
God.
know. Hello, my name is Dr. Creep, and I will send you a therapy
Session.
bill next week.
Oh,
Because
God.
that sure hit the nail on the head. In my opinion. I don't know about your opinion, but it's okay. He's not in here anyway. He's a loser.
It's okay.
Hold on. I'm looking for cell phone.
Yes, there, because my cell phone was in there. My phone.
But
The
I think, oh, here it is.
Everything.
I
was
think
in
that
there.
one though, like our phones are like are prized possessions nowadays. They have our life in them. Every
Yeah.
phone number, location, saved video, everything. Oh, here we go. We've been looking. So Ghost Dog says a lot of my nightmares involve flooding and tidal waves. So his involve tidal waves specifically.
That's crazy because I've never dreamt of that.
Oh, so there, and is she sure it was heaven?
Oh.
A Coyote Ugly. That's what he's talking about. Like you were heaven. Coyote Helgly.
I mean, oh. Oh.
Now, added association urgency. There we go. A cell phone has similar associations with a telephone, but with the added association of urgency or emergency or fear of being left out or not included in your close circle of friends. How's that? If you cannot or will not answer your phone in your dream, this suggests that people are finding it hard to get through to you. You may also feel alone, vulnerable. No. You didn't have an emergency phone call.
No, you just took it. I don't know who it was. I have a feeling, maybe. He just took a phone. And he was like pouring me a drink. We was in line and they was pouring drinks. And they said, no, but here's your drink.
Did the person look familiar?
In a way. Like, I felt like I knew him.
But you weren't like, oh, that's my brother.
Right.
Like
it was definitely not family. It was I could tell it was definitely not family. It was somebody that I ain't gonna lie, I did have a little animosity towards.
Okay.
I don't know.
So another he always has good comments. I think he's probably the one that's in here. In general, a bar and a dream can represent a need for social interaction, relaxation, or a release of pent-up emotions. Also, same thing we were talking about. Well, I think we got to the bottom of some things today.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
In my opinion.
Yeah, some things were figured out. Yes.
I know. I was like, okay, I have all my books. We're gonna work through it the best that we can.
We already got an episode 3 coming up, so
right now I'm already. I have where the whole dream is divided. Imagine an imaginary line in every single room that perfectly divides. And only certain things can go on one side and certain things can go on the other side. One side's blue and one side's red. That's my mind. I don't understand it. But that's another one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm ready. I am ready.
I know. I just, for being like, I think I am a creative person. I think I am.
Sure.
But I don't feel like I am most of the time. And then I think of these crazy dreams. I'm like, well, there's something going on in there.
You are very creative. You are.
And I have, I have gotten through the books. I think I've asked you all your questions. Is there anything that you can think of that you wanted to say about your dream in addition now that we've interpreted? What do you think?
I think it's pretty spot on. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things. Yeah, it's pretty spot on right now with life. So
with life, yeah. I agree with you when you say that your dream is not isn't necessarily about the each little specifics. It's more about the entirety of the journey, where you went, what each place was, which is wild.
I just I'm curious if I'm gonna have a dream tonight.
Do some dream incubation, but light.
What?
Like more like relaxation, techniques and nothing too crazy.
And maybe I'll have a spicy dream after this. I don't know.
Right. I think certain foods bring that on. Ooh. Am I nuts for thinking that? But I feel like we're talking about drinks. We're gonna just real briefly. Again, no gross details. But I think when I eat very decadent desserts, like something I really like, it will make my dreams not negative. They'll be like really just like wild and sometimes like wild, if you get my drift. Or they're just like really like crazy things going on. That's like if I have like tiramisu or like strawberry shortcake, like something that's not like I made Jell-O. I'm talking like a really
like decadent, dessert. Rich, lustful, like
yeah. Your brain's like this is sex for the brain. That kind of thing.
Like now I want to have that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. now maybe like my brain, it's weird. But if I eat strange foods, I'll have really wacky dreams. Like that's when I dreamt in comic book strip. I had just like something
the wildest thing that I've ever heard. Because that is so freaking cool.
Because think about it, different spices it's like alchemy. It's you're doing different things to your, I like when I forage certain plants because they do certain things.
Yeah.
Food is just that. It's just all in one thing.
Right.
It's wild.
Wild.
But now before we go, I want to make sure that I talk about this again. Everybody, everything's in the comments, whoever's listening, or if you're catching the replay. Ghouliecon is going to be this July. It's like a whole weekend thing. I don't have something for the pub crawl because I think it was just not something I was doing. But it's pretty much like Thursday until Monday. You're doing something every day.
Yeah.
So Ghouliecon is going to be 2 days. It's a horror convention, all kinds of good things. Creepy Confidential is a partial sponsor and of course is going to be participating in that fun. And then the Hexcellence Awards. I will be premiering a new character there, which I'm very excited about. And I can't wait to see everybody there. Now, do we have what all, and we didn't talk about this earlier. Do we know what kind of awards? I don't know much about that.
So I would say we're gonna do a little more announcements next week. We got some art ordered, and we got some stuff spicing up for next week. So we're gonna
Very cool.
Yes.
I'm excited to see who's there, and I hope we get lots of pictures with everybody because I think that we
will have a photographer and a black carpet and everything. So you guys will definitely, if you come, you will definitely get your pictures and
everybody you'll want to come because
first of its time. And we're just saying we're gonna do it. We'll figure it out.
Which I think is the best. It's like making your own, talks. My library lectures, just
another round of applause.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I know I've already talked about Ghouliecon, but before we leave, is there anything that you'd like to plug? You have the floor for a couple minutes if you'd like.
I mean, just definitely Ghouliecon. And I know you had the toxic icon on your show, which that episode was fun. That episode.
I loved being able to talk with more haunt actors. Oh my god.
Yes. So definitely, if you are in a haunt industry, haunt community, go check out the toxic icon because I know I'm traveling with them here soon. They got a lot of stuff and on their back arsenal. Can't say too much or
Sure.
somebody's gonna
No
get mad.
need.
Oh, definitely just check them out because we got some fun stuff coming up. We do.
Awesome.
In the haunt world. So.
Of course. And everybody, make sure that you please like and subscribe to the Creepy Confidential YouTube page. But of course, all of the information for Coven of Screams and Ghouliecon is in the description, either of the podcast, audio podcast, or here on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you one more time so much, Joanna. It was a blast.
I can't wait. We're going to do this again. We already.
Wait, we're going to bring it back. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time right here on Creepy Confidential After Dark. Bye, guys.